Hey, Shalom, this is your brother Yonathan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, today we're going to talk about how you eliminate doubt. And it's actually quite simple, It takes work, but it's quite simple. The Lord gives us the instructions, and there's plenty of examples that you can look to even in the world on how doubt is eliminated. And first, before we even get into that, I want to look up, just going to type in on Google here, doubt definition. A feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. It's to feel uncertain about, fear, be afraid. Okay? So, if you're uncertain of something, you're unsure. So you're in fear of what the consequences of your uncertainty might be. All right? Now, here's where the work comes in. You have to be reading and applying the instruction of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to your life. Repetitiously, always having it in the forefront of your mind. I always go back and bring up sports. That was the craft the Lord gave me in this life to learn spiritual principles even before I came into the faith. Okay? When you're out there on the court, the field, whatever, thing you may be a part of, when you've put in a tenacious amount of work and repetition outside of the eyes of men, outside of the eyes of your peers, and you've been grinding, you've got up early, you done really did your 10,000 hours. When the lights are on and it's time to perform, doubt goes away because you know what you've given your time to. You studied to shew thyself approved, like the scriptures instruct us to do. Let's go get there really quick. Study to shew thyself approved, right? It's 2 Timothy 2:15. All right. Bear with me while it loads up. All right, 2 Timothy 2:15, it says, study to shew thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Let's look up the word study here. You get spoudazo. I think I'm saying that correct in the Greek. It's Strong's G4704. And it says to hasten, make haste, to exert oneself, endeavor, give diligence. So persistence to reading and studying, and not just reading and studying, because there's a lot of people who know precepts and they're still not a spiritual being. Okay, not only are you supposed to read and understand, all right, you're supposed to apply to your life and your everyday circumstances. Walk it, become it. You should be becoming a smaller version of Yahweh Shai. Okay, so you go down here, it also says to use speed, to make effort, to be prompt or earnest. And you look up that word earnest, it says resulting from or showing sincere and intense conviction. Serious, devout, meaning whether you feel like doing it or not, you give time to the Lord. You're reading. Blessed is he that readeth. You're reading, you're studying, you're watching lessons, you're asking questions. You're becoming a brick in the walls of defense of the gospel. All right? Be diligent, forward, endeavor, labor, study. Okay? So again, we read it, 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to shew thyself approved unto God, a workman. Let's look at the word workman. Edigates, okay? Toiler, ooh, to toil. Look up toiler. Okay, work extremely hard, incessantly. The guy that passed recently, Kobe Bryant, right? You'll hear all these stories of him and Jordan, even LeBron James, even Tom Brady, all these people that are at the top of their craft, Tiger Woods, right, in the world. When you hear these almost like folktale stories about their work ethic. You have to be that way towards the Lord. That's how the elect are going to be. Now, there's going to be some brothers who are more, studious than others. But we have to always be into the script, always into applying the Spirit to our lives, to our circumstances, to the things that we see, to what we perceive. A toiler, okay? This is G2040. It says a toiler, figuratively a teacher, laborer, worker, workman. Then you look at the outline definition. It says a workman, a laborer. Usually one who works for hire. And we've been hired by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We've been called an agricultural worker. All right, an agricultural worker, you're laboring to feed the people. We're feeding the sheep. One who does a worker, and then it says uses the word perpetrator here. I don't know why I use that, but all right. Let's continue again. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And needeth not to be ashamed is G422. All right, and basically just, no cause to be ashamed. It says irreprehensible. Okay. And to be irreprehensible is to be free from blame or reproach. I like that. Okay. Needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Rightly dividing is orthotomeo. Go to orthopedist. They get you some insoles for your shoe. They cut it just right. They fit it just right. So that you can have good foot health, which leads to knee health and the back health, right? And it says the outline usage says to cut straight ways, to proceed on straight paths, hold a straight course, right? Stay on the course, to doing right, to make straight and smooth, to handle aright, to teach the truth directly and correctly. That's what we wanted right there, to teach the truth directly and correctly. You labored to be in full confidence, and when you labored in this thing, you look at the man before us, from our elders and apostles on down. They've labored in this thing to a point to where this devil could, put a realistic hologram in the sky and make it seem like it was Yahushua, and they could do all these things. They could come up with this elaborate deceptions. But because they've labored, the Lord is going to be with them, not to be deceived. You understand? That's why the elect aren't going to be deceived in this time, because they've labored to understand, okay, this is what we look for. The Lord said this is going to happen. We supposed to resist this. We've been applying this. They're going to have their spirit's going to be with them to resist because they show them this diligence. You understand? All right, so that was 2 Timothy. Now let's go to Proverbs 3 and 5. Now when you study this way, when you apply yourself this way, when you're diligent this way, and you're tenacious about it, you're able to put your full trust in the Lord. So this Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, your mind, all right, La'ab, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him. So everything that you're doing, the conversations you have with people, how you prepare for your day, how you structure your day, what you give your time to during your day. You're always filtering your actions and thoughts and your speech through the Spirit. It's your filtering system. And when you look at your day and your life and your time that way, like I'm filtering everything I do through the Lord, what would it, how would the Lord deal with this? How would, he go about handling this matter? What's the spiritual way? What does the scripture say? What does the Lord say about this? Is there anything I could do to operate in the highest vibration possible in this sort? And you filter your day, your speech, your time, your actions through the Spirit. It starts to become second nature. Okay, and then you're able to fully trust in the Lord, man. And you kind of just do what you're supposed to do, and you let the chips fall where they may. You don't gotta get bent up or be worried about anything in the spirit of doubt. When you know that I've done what the Lord required of me, whatever happens from here, he sanctioned it. So I'm not really tripping about nothing. What happens, happens. Right? Verse 7, be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord. Now, this wisdom starts with fear. That's what's going to push you, okay, to even be diligent. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. All right, there it is. Now let's go to James 1:6. Read that real quick, but then I want to go to let's actually just start at 5. Start at 5. It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. And people who lack wisdom in the time of testing, they're going to be unsure, which means they're going to be doubting. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. All right? No, that person doesn't understand the path they should walk on. They just every which way. Yeah, but what, baby? Verse 7. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. If you're being tossed to and fro, if you this the way, you that way, one day you a crib, one day, you talking about voting, one day you hearing, no, are you with the Lord and what he's trying to forward in the earth? Are you about something else? All right, verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. How do you remove instability from your ways? Again, reading, studying, and applying. Okay? That's how you do it. That's how you eliminate the doubt. So, Abba Ratazah, just a quick lesson for you all. Abba Ratazah was edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.